Hey, my name is Paul Crew and I'm a project worker with Development Perspectives.
Yeah, I've interviewed Development Perspectives a couple of times. Could you just remind our listeners, for those who don't know, who you are?
So Development Perspectives is an organisation based in Drogheda. It's a non-governmental organisation which looks at development education for adults. So development education is looking at issues like poverty, inequality, climate change, and we do it via adult education with communities across Ireland and across the globe as well.
And you just have programs, don't you? Different interesting programs, don't you?
Sure, we have loads of different cool stuff going on. I suppose our main program at the minute is called the SDG Challenge.
Yeah, and could you tell us a bit about that? Talking to Bobby, your head there recently, and I know he's very interested in promoting this. What is this?
Sure. So the SDG Challenge stands for so SDG would be Sustainable Development Goals. So these are the global goals ratified by the UN in 2015. 183 countries, including Ireland, have signed up, and the goals look at a variety of things like poverty, inequality, life below water, climate change, decent work and economic growth. Pretty much everything that is important for people in their day-to-day lives, and it looks at how these goals can be addressed, tackled, and there's plenty of targets involved with it. And indicators, and Development Perspectives use the SDG Challenge to raise the awareness of it in Ireland, because it's quite low at the minute, and inform, educate and empower people to take action on each goal.
Yeah, I've covered the Sustainable Development Goals now for a few years, back since 2013 I think, so you don't have to explain them again. But on your programme, what's the kind of practical stuff people will be doing?
So by signing up to the SDG Challenge, you receive an email every month which looks at the goal that we are looking at that month. So we take one goal every month and focus on that. So in the email you receive an info pack that will give you information about the goal. It'll give you links to documentaries, blogs, articles which help you understand the goal a little bit more, and it will offer you advice on how you can take action on the goal, both individually and at a group level. And with each goal we have like a challenge that we have for participants of the project every month. So this month we're looking once again at goal number 1, which is no poverty, and we have something called the Poverty Box Challenge. So what we are challenging people is with one box to buy all the food for €14 for 1 week. So €14 would be €2 a day, and that reflects the issue of poverty in the world, where about half of the world's population are living on less than $2 a day for everything, for food, for clothes, for electricity, for all sorts of things. So we're asking people to experience on a very small scale poverty, by looking at them, the challenge of buying your food for €14 and sharing that experience with people in order to raise more awareness about the goal.
And what goal are you working on next month, do you know?
So next month will be Zero Hunger. It'll be again the second time we worked on it. I forget the challenge from the first time, but yeah, each month reflects kind of a similar process where we try and inform, educate, get people to understand, and then give some sort of activity which maybe helps people emotionally connect with the goal every month as well. So yeah, next month Zero Hunger, and yeah, we keep going on. So we've got workshops every month as well, and we have them in different parts of the country, looking at each goal and hopefully getting community organisations to get involved in these workshops as well.
Yeah, just when did the SDG Challenge start? Because I'm just thinking, say if any of our listeners want to get involved, they'd have already missed a bit of what's gone on, like that kind of way.
So yeah, the SDG Challenge started, I think, May of last year. So we've gone through a complete cycle of workshops of the 17 goals. However, I mean, because the global goals go as far as 2030, it's still very early, so you're not missing much. And by signing up now, you will receive a lot of the information that we have already delivered, and the workshops again that are upcoming will give you a chance to engage with the topic. So it's still very early in the project, really, because it can go on as far as 2030. So I would definitely encourage people to get involved in the project. You can get involved by checking out our website and signing up for it, or if anyone's at the volunteer fair today, they can come over to see me directly.
Most of our listeners listening today are from Dublin. Is there much travelling involved if you're living in Dublin?
So what we try to do, well, first of all, we're based in Drogheda, so if anyone ever wants to call and see us in person, not too far away, I suppose. But we have workshops going around all over the country. Now, in the first cycle of the 17 goals, I think we've had 3 workshops in Dublin. So we regularly walk in Dublin on these goals. Obviously, we want to have as far a reach nationally as possible. So we do offer workshops in Galway, Limerick, Tipperary, Donegal, our home base in Drogheda, obviously as well, Navan. But we do have plenty of workshops in Dublin. We had a workshop in September in Dublin, and there will definitely be plenty more workshops coming up.
Okay, just to finish up, if people want to find out more, can you give us your website address?
Sure, so you can find out more by visiting www.developmentperspectives.ie/SDG challenge. And the website as well gives a little bit of a flavour of some of the other work we do as well. But to find out about the SDG challenge, that's the link that you need to go to.
Thanks very much.
Lovely stuff, thank you.
And now I'm talking to Martina from VIDES Ireland. Martina, I don't think I've heard of this. This is my third time covering the Irish Aid Volunteering Fair. I don't think I've seen this here before. Can you tell me a bit about your organisation?
So this is actually our first year here. We just recently signed up to COLAV. We're part of an overall international organisation. We're quite small here in Ireland, but we send our volunteers to our projects in Zambia in particular, but we're hoping to have more projects in other parts of the world, like the Philippines and India are 2 areas we're looking at.
And you're church based, are you?
We work closely with Salesian Sisters, so we do advise our volunteers to be aware that they are going to be in a Salesian community. They don't need to be very religious or be Catholic or anything, but just to be aware that they're going to be in a community that has that faith,
And where does the Salesian congregation come from?
The congregation, like in Ireland?
Where did it start?
VIDES, I'm not very good at this myself, but it started in Ireland like in the early 90s. I've been involved for the past maybe 7 or 8 years. I just went out volunteering myself back in 2011, and then I've been involved since.
This is VIDES. When did the actual the charity of known sisters?
I'm not sure actually. I don't have much knowledge on the Salesians themselves. No.
Okay, so these are going to go a few years in Ireland, and you have offices in other countries?
Yes, yeah. I was just in Rome last weekend for our European conference. We have a presence in 36 different countries. We're in America, Canada, Philippines, Thailand, UK as well. So.
And what kind of work do you do? Like, if people want to go abroad with you for say a few months or a year or whatever, what kind of work would they be doing?
We kind of welcome anyone with any kind of background, as long as they're willing to get involved and help out wherever there's a need. Mainly we have young people that are involved in education, so our volunteers either go out and help in a school or help teachers out there, but we also have people that go out and work in the kind of community and help girls at risk and that kind of thing.
Okay, what's the website address?
So it's videsireland.ie. It's VIDES Ireland.ie, and we're also on Facebook, and we're quite we post quite regularly on the Facebook page as well, so you can keep up to date with us on that. Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
And now I'm talking to Father Alan Neville from MSC Volunteer Programme. Father Alan, could you tell us a bit about yourself and your organisation?
Okay, so I'm a missionary Roman Catholic priest from Cork City, part of the Missionaries of the Sacred Heart, and we're here today with the Irish Aid Volunteering Fair because we run a programme that sends volunteers to South Africa for 6 weeks working in a development project over the summer.
What kind of work do people be doing on the project?
The project itself is a care home for children who've been orphaned by HIV, AIDS or TB or have been taken into care, And so the volunteers that we send, we look for a skill set that matches the needs of the Holy Family Centre, the place where they go to. So we send teachers and nurses, but we also look for kind of a broader, more complete understanding of volunteering. So we'd send people now who'd be electricians, or people who've been very much involved in the sporting scene, or people who have worked in volunteering before. And they go down for 6 weeks and they work with the winter program in South Africa. Their summer is their winter. And so they get stuck in doing whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, and you have to believe in your congregation, like be a follower of a Catholic or anything.
No, I mean we've had members who weren't Catholic before. The centre itself is run by Catholic sisters, so there's a need really for a respect of the ethos. But there's about 70 kids in the centre. None of the kids are Catholic. They're all Christian, as their parents wanted them to be. So we wouldn't see our role as trying to convert them to Catholicism. For us, what's most important is that they are welcomed, that they are cared for, and that they're surrounded by love as they grow up, because they've had a very difficult beginning, all of them. But it's just working with them, helping them to grow and be the kind of people their parents would have hoped they'd be.
Yeah, HIV/AIDS is a huge problem in sub-Saharan Africa, isn't it?
It continues to be a problem, but the situation is gradually improving with things like education around HIV/AIDS. Things are getting better, but there's still a lot of work to do, and there's a lot of impact on the local community. But the community there.
My name is Claire Cullen. I'm Programme Support Officer with Habitat for Humanity Ireland. We are an international housing and development organisation. We work in 70 countries worldwide to build homes and sustainable futures for communities.
Yeah, I think I've interviewed you before over the years. Am I right in saying that you do projects like you build buildings abroad? Is that what you do?
Yeah, we send volunteers overseas to help build homes. So we've got a couple of teams going out this year to Zambia, where they will help build homes with the homeowners that will then live in these homes, local builders and the communities in Zambia.
And how long is the organisation running?
Habitat for Humanity International was set up in 1976, and our Ireland office was established in 2002.
All right. Are you an international organisation?
Yeah, we were set up in Georgia in America, and we then kind of just grew to work in 70 different countries worldwide. Yeah.
And how many people from Ireland go abroad every year, do you know?
Every year about 200, I think. We sent over 200 volunteers last year, and since our inception we've sent over 2,300, so quite a few.
Yeah, it must give people involved in working like yourself a great satisfaction to see all these buildings being built, yeah?
Yeah, I think everybody benefits from our overseas trips, like not just the homeowners, but the volunteers that go over, they would very much come back and be raving about their experience and how much it meant to them and how they've kind of developed a different perspective because of it, so it's great.
And are you based in Dublin?
Yeah, we have an office here on Sheriff Street.
Okay, do you want to give us the website address?
Yeah, it's www.habitatireland.ie.
Thanks very much.
Right, thank you.
Radio Pobl, do Balja Hachlia Herhuig.